Good evening and welcome to Asaase Business PM with me, Kevin Annan. I'm with my co-host,
Rosemary Balami.
Tonight on the SDG-Hub, we will discuss the topic responsible festive consumption. And to discuss this, we have Samuel Sarpong. He's a co-founder of Project Green Ghana. We also have Thomas Baba, founder and creative director of Upcycle It Ghana. Business PM is brought to you in partnership with the Center for Sustainable Transformation. Good evening once again. You're welcome to the weekly SDG Hub run by the Center for Sustainable Transformation, CeST, here on Asaase Radio. We are entering the festive season and it's time to be jolly. It's also a season of high consumption, and if we are not conscious, the aftermath of the celebrations might not be the best. The good thing is that so many responsible and sustainable alternatives exist that we can reduce our unsustainable footprint while at the same time increasing the fun. In today's program, we'll open a box filled with fun and sustainable activities, socially responsible gift choices, eco-friendly cards, gift paper and decorations, and conscious feasting. So whether you are tuning in while wrapping presents or preparing a festive meal, join us as we explore the art of celebrating joyfully and responsibly. In other words, welcome to a special edition of the SDG Hub, where we unpack sustainable celebrations, a guide to responsible festive consumption. Tonight's episode is about giving advice on how to be responsible consumers this festive season. It's not about shaming anyone for buying new stuff. We all want to treat ourselves every now and then. But how can we do this? That's the question. How can we do this in a way that limits negative environmental effects? People will celebrate and consume differently, and not everyone is in an economic position to spend a lot of money on new things, whereas some are throwing parties every day during the festive season with new outfits and decorations for each one. I'm your host, Kevin Annan, once again, and as usual, I'm here with my co-host, Rosemary Balami, from the Young Reporters for the Environment, Ghana.
Yes, indeed, Kevin. As the holiday season approaches, it's a time of joy, celebration, and gratitude. In a very short time, many Ghanaians have moved into a consumer-based celebration. That in itself is not necessarily a bad thing. However, currently, it's also a time when many of us who have the opportunity to are guilty of consumption habits with significant impact on the environment, climate, and social issues. So whether you're untangling strings of light or preparing invitations for an event, this program is for you.
Absolutely. And to help us improve, we have with us two sustainability champions who will share their insights and practical tips for a sustainable celebration. Once again, we have with us Samuel Sarpong. He's a co-founder of Project Green Ghana. And we also have Thomas Baba, founder and creative director of Upcycle It Ghana. Gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you.
SDG Hub. It's good to have you here, Samuel and Thomas. So we'll start with an introduction. We'd like you to tell us briefly about yourselves and what you do. I'll start with you, Samuel.
Okay, thank you very much. First off, I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Yeah. So as I said, my name is Samuel Sarpong, a co-founder of Project Green Ghana. I do a lot. I would say I'm a guy with multiple jobs.
Wow.
Tell us about it. We want to hear briefly about it.
Exactly. From being an administrative assistant down to being a graphic designer.
Wow.
And, I do a lot of businesses as well. Yeah. If you want to market your business, I'm here to help as well. Yeah.
All right. And Thomas?
Yeah. I'm Thomas Baba.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you.
Privilege having me here. I'm an upcycler, and Upcycle It Ghana is into repurposing of textile waste into reusable bags, to serve as an alternative to single-use plastic. We operate at the Kantamanto community. Kantamanto imports 15 million clothing every week, and 40% of the 15 million are waste. So we go in for the waste, especially shirts, denim jeans, and then skirts, and then we repurpose them into reusable bags to serve as an alternative to single-use plastic.
That's very nice. So your focus at Upcycle It is clothing?
Mostly,
Waste clothing?
Yes.
All right. That's interesting.
That's awesome.
Yes, it's good to hear from you guys that you are practicing sustainability.
Right.
And to our first question, that goes to Samuel. So how can festive celebrations impact the environment? And why is it crucial for us to consider responsible consumption during this season?
Sure. So the festive season has its own way, being in positive or negative, in as much as we are confronted with a lot of economic concern. It doesn't stop us from, or it doesn't stop the spirit of the festive being experienced across the country. However, it is crucial that we look out to, ensuring a good health status and well-being, regardless of the joy that we are going to put ourselves through, the purchases and the new experiences we are going to indulge in. We have to make it our top priority that we ensure good health status and well-being. Yeah.
That's great. Still on you, Samuel.
Sure.
What are some of the common contributors to environmental harm during the festive season?
Sorry, come again.
What are some of the contributing things that cause harm in the environment during the season?
A lot. It's quite unfortunate we have this season during our Harmattan season. You get it? And this season is known for a lot of activities, a lot of burning of items and all that. This is the time that people feel like, okay, this is the best time I can burn out certain things, but they forget themselves that in a way they are harming the environment. Mind you, we are consuming, and what is the environment also consuming from us? You get it? So whatever that we give to the environment, that is what they are going to produce to us. So in as much as we are consuming, we need to watch out what we are giving back to the environment to also consume from us. The burning of items and engaging in smoking and all that should be avoided, especially because this morning, just as I was on Twitter, I saw a particular video where I think around the Black Star Square behind there was this dark smoke, covering the whole skies, and I learned it was
some burning is going on.
Of black plastic waste. But we have organizations or institutions that go in for these plastic waste and recycle them into good use. So I don't get why we end up doing or causing those harms to the environment.
That's actually one of the challenges. Teaching people to buy into the idea that they can upcycle stuff, recycle their waste, and bring value out of it. A lot of people don't know this, so they just want to get rid of it. The easiest way is to burn it.
That's the common way.
So the education aspect is not there. People are not.
For that, I wouldn't say that the education aspect is not there. It is there, but how
the people
exactly how are they comprehending?
Okay.
How are they going to put these strategies into design?
So you tie the bottom
in the knot, and then you are gone.
Wow.
You have your bag. At least you can put a gift in and give it to somebody.
Interesting. So and also, for those of you who are not watching us on Facebook, Thomas is describing a shirt that has been cut and repurposed into a bag, which is very beautiful.
I think it's really going to help those who do not like using the rubber bags when they go to the market.
And then also with bulbs, you can paint your bulb, discarded bulbs, and then hang them on the Christmas tree as well. And then with plastic too, you thread them, paint them, and then hang them on your trees.
So it's all about using your own
and be creative about it.
Simple.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's really nice. So let me come back to you, Samuel. Gift giving is a part of this festive season. What are some alternative options to traditional and often wasteful wrapping, paper, and packaging?
Yeah. So we all know that this festive we can't do away with gifting. Yeah. And we need to trend cautiously when it comes to re-gifting. Yeah. At least whatever that we are going to gift our loved ones, our family, should be eco-friendly. You get it? It should be reusable products. And we need to minimize the packaging as well. Some people go in and wrap up presents. Like it's so outrageous, and we have to adapt using these paper bags. We just can easily dispose. Like there should be a proper disposal of all these stuffs. We need to consider them all, because a lot of buying will go on, a lot of gift sharing are going to go on. So we need to make sure that all these gifts eco-friendly. Maybe if you want to give someone something and you decide to wrap it, I feel like we shouldn't go back to the wrapping. We should just get a box. At least after giving it to the person, the person is going to reuse it. Especially the girls, they will be packing their makeup stuffs in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So at least you help the person in two ways. You gifting the person, and you've given the person an alternate, packet to keep a lot of stuff inside.
It's all about the circular economy.
Exactly.
Keeping things moving around.
Exactly.
Value out of waste.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's come to energy consumption, right? During the festive season, obviously, there's going to be a lot of energy consumption practices. We're going to be using a lot of electricity and stuff. Are there any energy efficient technologies or practices you think people could adapt during this season?
There are lots. This festive, a lot of people would like to, decorate their surroundings and all that. Yeah, when you try to use the Accra Ridge Road, you could see the whole decoration there.
Very beautiful.
Very, very nice. But we actually need to advocate for them to, indulge in energy efficient practices like during the day these decorations are not needed because we already have lights, so it should be during the night that we put it on. Anytime that we feel like they have no use, we have to put it off just to.
Are they on during the day?
No. But during the night some people leave it on. These electrical problems and all that, we need to be very careful about it, especially in this Harmattan season. The slight mistake, you're off.
Spark the fire.
Exactly. So I think there are times that we need to put it on whenever we are leaving our place of residence or our place of work. I think it's advisable we put it off. At least there's no harm in doing that.
Indeed. Indeed. Let me come back to you, Thomas. So how can communities come together to promote responsible festive consumption? Are there any successful, initiatives in this regard?
Yeah, awareness campaign. Especially at Upcycle It Ghana, what we do is we normally go to the market, speak to the women, and then teach them how they can repurpose their shirts into bags than using the single-use plastics. And then also we educate them on how to reduce waste at the market, especially food waste and those things. They can give it to those who have livestock or for composting. Then they sending it to the garbage and then to end up in the landfill. Themselves. So we normally go to markets, schools and churches and then educate them on how to implement zero waste in their homes.
And how is the message being received? Are they accepting?
Yeah, they are accepting.
What are some of the challenges you face in this?
At times, we normally ask them, where do you throw your single-use plastics? They'll tell you, I burn them, or at times I throw them away. Is it getting single-use plastic as compared to reusable bags because they are very expensive? So some would tell you, I said me 50 pesos and I said my Tommy bag. We are my twatching and we are betting need there. That ben na me chuchata, the another ben na me chiako bag. So those are some of the challenges. But I'm sure they are accepting it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'll tell you this. Last week at the CeST offices, at our office, we did a workshop where we brought together our waste paper materials that we have in our houses, cardboards, old books and so on, and then we were able to cut them into decorative gifts that we could send about. It was a very interesting experience. I hadn't done something like this in years.
It really
and it was very.
I think the last time you did that was in classic.
And also, we are not used to donating clothing to orphanages and people who need them. I think that's one thing that we are championing. We want to set up a cloth bank that people can donate their clothing. And send some to the orphanages.
I actually said that idea.
So we are not only living sustainably, we are also helping the community.
Exactly.
Ghanaians like burning. If they don't use it, they just burn it.
I think
there's no place to donate your clothing apart from the orphanages, but we can repurpose them into
other materials.
It's something that we really need to look out for, and since we are most of these used clothing that donated to the orphanages, my only problem with it is that it doesn't go through a lot of cleaning and all that. So I think with this, we can actually, implement that kind of process in there. That anytime there's the contribution of clothing to be donated to the orphanage, it should go through maybe the laundry process to actually get it clean for use. You get it? Yeah.
Some even don't use them.
Exactly.
You donate clothing to them, they will receive it, but they don't use it.
Yeah.
They tell you they have no use. Like
the orphanages?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Some don't. Some are oversized. People because they are donating. They only So what we want to do is we will go for the oversized, and then the soil or torn ones, and then repurpose them into bags or any other thing.
That's really good.
The clothing bag is a great idea.
Yeah.
That's really good. And coming back to you, Thomas, you spoke about education, raising awareness, and so on.
Yeah.
But you see, the challenge here is you're raising awareness to people who have known a practice of burning all their lives, right? Which is very convenient for them. If you expect them to give away their clothing, for example, to Upcycle It Ghana, how often is Upcycle Ghana going to collect those things from them?
Yeah, we are
Because
planning.
If I feel like I have too many clothes and it's getting problematic for me, I give it to the Balami. Or I
to
burn
end in
it
the
if
landfill. Yeah.
possible. So why should I keep it in the house?
Yeah. So we are planning of setting up, let's say, points, receiving points.
Okay.
So that
Here in
people
Accra?
here in Accra. So people, even in Kantaman too.
Okay.
People, we will give out our number. People can come and donate their clothing, And also at times we do swap.
Yeah.
Clothing
swap, yeah.
What's that about?
Like you bring your clothes
Clothes
and
and then
swap.
you,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We collaborated with Go to.
Fair.
We did a swap there, and I think that we will keep on doing it because it's a very good initiative, which I think Ghanaians will buy into it than they throw in their clothing to the garbage.
Yeah, it's actually a very interesting initiative.
Yeah.
And let's also talk about food, right?
Yes.
Christmas, food. I mean, we all know that what is going to happen. There's going to be a lot of partying and food and all of that, and there's going to be a lot of food waste, obviously. We are going to have companies, restaurants, and so on with their food waste so much in the system, in our homes as well. We are going to create all of these things. How do we manage enjoying our food without wasting them? You understand? Because there's going to be leftovers of our foods.
Partying here and there.
Right.
Yeah.
Before I really talk about how we can get rid of excess food in our homes, I think as we are advocating for responsible festive consumption, we should look out for whatever that we are taking in or whatever that we are consuming. A lot of products are on the market, legit or not legit. Because of the festive, we're blind. We are going to buy them. We should be very careful. Now, back to getting rid of excess food in our homes. There are lots of ways. There are people who have, who are into animal rearing, like they have dogs, they have pig farms and all that. Why don't we announce to the community that if you need food for your animals, you just call this number or you just come to this location. You get it, maybe for free or maybe at a small amount. You get it. You feed your animals with them. At least they will enjoy the festive. It's for us all. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think all right. So
also we can creatively repurpose our foods. Example like let's say yam, cooked yam. You can repurpose it into let's say fufu. Or if you have, then you throwing it away. And then let's say rice. If you have excess rice, you can repurpose it into omutu or
And how about composting?
Composting too. That's what I wanted to say. You can keep them, and then if you don't have a garden, you can give it to somebody who have a backyard garden. Then you sending it to the garbage.
I'm much concerned about the animals. When they eat, they grow very well.
We have an animal activist here with us.
And also, you can share with your neighbors, people who don't have. At least you can ask your neighbors.
Absolutely.
It's a festive season. Let's
end in the landfill.
Indeed.
or in your garbage.
Yeah, but what do you also think about buying made in Ghana products for our festive season, right? Because thinking about shipping stuff from outside, it's also going to give problems to the environment because the ship is going to move about, it's going to consume fuel, it's going to release harmful gases into the system. So how about we buy made in Ghana products to avoid all of these things and also help the economy at the same time?
Exactly. So it's a very great initiative. I think we need to intensify and advocate out there for people to buy Ghana made exactly items, and it's going to help us a lot. It's going to help us a lot because but then it all boils down to us, the media, everyone. Are they going to also preach to the people about it for us so that the people have a change of perspective?
Because they have this perception that locally made products are not of quality.
The
quality. Do we break this stereotype?
Exactly. And one thing is also about the confidence. A lot of products are being made here in Ghana, but they end up having this write-out on it, made in China.
Oh really?
Oh yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
That's true.
Wow.
It happens, because they feel like, the Ghanaian people are not going to buy into it when you write me. But it's high time we actually patronize what we make here. Yes.
We produce and consume.
Exactly.
Save the environment.
Exactly. We will end up, consuming the best. Because the ones coming from outside, how best do we know? Like, do we even have any fair idea of how they are being processed or they are being produced? You get it? We are actually putting ourselves at a very high risk, but we are not realizing it. So it's high time we actually, kind of open up ourselves to get educated and, fix and position ourselves to your consuming made in Ghana stuffs. Yeah.
All right. In my field, I think they should try and, combine the made in Ghana and
outside.
Yeah. Especially
imports.
Our dressing. At least we can blend them.
Okay.
In order to cut waste. Because Kantamanto, you get a jeans which nobody uses. It's cheap. You buy it and then you add our local fabric to it and you are good to go.
Yeah.
Especially those who are into fashion.
Yeah, a lot of people do that and it's really nice. It's really, really nice.
Yeah. That will help.
Yeah, interesting. Our time is almost up in wrapping up, but we have a few tips from our discussions tonight. One is buy made in Ghana, locally produced items. It pays for someone's labor in the country and it strengthens the local economy and reduces the climate footprint as the product has not had to be shipped from afar to our local markets. When you're throwing parties as well, think about consuming the food. Try to minimize the waste. Try to repurpose the food when you can. There are also companies that are off-takers of waste, plastic waste. We have Upcycle It here with us. Thomas from Upcycle It here with us, who repurposes clothing. If you have clothing as well, you can think about creative ways to make value out of it when you feel it is now waste. And rather than buying so many things at the same time, try to think sustainably and what you can consume at a time.
Yeah.
Yes. And also, made in Ghana, many in Ghana are having a difficult economic situation, but we can be creative as we share gifts to one another, as we did at the CeST offices with our cardboards and so on. We can be very creative in sharing gifts.
I'm hoping you do that again so that I'll partake.
The next one we'll invite you.
Yeah, they were very interesting. You should have seen me in action.
The Christmas tree.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much for sharing your expertise and also your insights on this conversation. And this brings us to the end of today's program on responsible festive consumption. We hope you've gained some inspiration for a greener and more mindful holiday season. Remember, every small effort counts. So please tune in same time next week as we continue discussions on all things sustainable development right here on Asaase Radio 99.5 so that people and the planet can prosper. If you have any topic you want us to discuss, please share with us and shoot an email to sdghub@cestint.org. Remember, dear listeners, the future is in our hands and it's our responsibility to ensure a healthier planet for generations to come. Keep raising your voices, keep advocating for change, and keep tuning into the SDG Hub for more insights for conversations. Wishing you a joyful and eco-friendly celebration. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and stay eco-conscious.
And that's a wrap on the SDG Hub tonight. Thank you for staying with us. We have been speaking with Samuel Sarpong, co-founder of Projects Green Ghana, and also Thomas Baba, founder and creative director of Upcycle It Ghana. I've been your host, Kevin Annan, and I did this with my co-host.
It's my Balami.
We go back to Andy.